one representing one of the founding members of the school and their philosophies. Gryffindor is a house for those who value courage, daring, nerve, and chivalry. The House of Hufflepuff is for students who value hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. Ravenclaw is a house for those who value intelligence, wit, learning, and creativity. And the House of Slytherin is for students who value cunning, resourcefulness, leadership, and ambition. Now those house descriptions are a bit vague, and you as a wizard or witch could value several qualities from different houses. Just because you're in Ravenclaw, it doesn't mean you can't be highly courageous. Or just because you're in Gryffindor, it doesn't mean you don't possess high intelligence. In fact, if we look to the Harry Potter series at Hermione Granger, she's perhaps the smartest witch in the school, and yet she was still placed in Gryffindor, not Ravenclaw. A lot of these values also overlap with each other, as you can't really be extremely cunning without also being highly intelligent. But how do you get sorted into a house? Well, first-year students will arrive at the school, and in the Great Hall, the sorting hat will be placed upon their heads. The sorting hat has the magical power to look inside a wizard or witch's mind, and with that knowledge, it will sort a student into their appropriate house. This sorting task was originally assigned to the school's four founders themselves, but they would elect to enchant Godric Gryffindor's pointed hat to take over the sorting after their inevitable deaths. In Hogwarts Legacy, however, the choice of our house will ultimately be in our own hands, but the sorting hat will likely have some sort of system to help aid us in our decision. In the meantime, though, let me help you decide what house you belong in. The House of Gryffindor is, of course, the most iconic house, as it's the house that Harry Potter was in, or should I say will eventually be in, as Hogwarts Legacy takes place around a century before the Harry Potter books. I'm going to start off each house section by showing the common rooms, as this will likely be a significant determining factor in what house players choose to be their own. The Gryffindor common room is located in the Gryffindor Tower, on the east wing of the castle on the 7th floor, and you have to pass through the fat lady's portrait by giving her the correct password. As you can see, the colors of Gryffindor are scarlet and gold, and Gryffindor's emblematic animal is the lion, which you can see in several places, but take note of this character's robes. The four houses do have a loose association with the four elements, Gryffindor's element being fire, and I'd say there's a chance that being in Gryffindor in Hogwarts Legacy could end up giving you some type of bonus to fire magic, or perhaps Avalanche does nothing at all in that regards. The Gryffindor common room is a beautiful, majestic, warm, and cozy-looking common room. We've got wooden rafters with stone walls, large stained glass windows, big comfortable chairs, cozy-looking rugs, a huge stone fireplace, and lots of portraits. Godric Gryffindor, the founder of Gryffindor House, was known to be daring and bold, and he instructed the Sorting Hat to choose students who possess or value courage, daring, nerve, and chivalry. Because of this, Gryffindor can also sometimes be associated with impulsiveness and recklessness. Noteworthy wizards and witches that ended up being in House Gryffindor include Albus Dumbledore, Minerva McGonagall, Sirius Black, and of course Harry, Hermione, and Ron and the rest of the Weasleys. Now we can't leave out the House Ghost though, and the Gryffindor Ghost goes by the name of Nearly Headless Nick, who died around 400 years before the events in Hogwarts Legacy. We actually got to see Nick in some of the gameplay trailer. The House of Gryffindor's ancient artifact is the Sword of Gryffindor, which is a silver sword featuring a handle inlaid with rubies the size of eggs. According to legend, only a true Gryffindor can pull the sword from the sorting hat when in great need. And in the Harry Potter books, Harry of course pulls it out and fights the basilisk in the Chamber of Secrets. And even Neville Longbottom pulled the sword from the sorting hat to behead the snake Nagini, which was Voldemort's final Horcrux. The House of Hufflepuff is located in the basement of Hogwarts, behind a stack of barrels that are very close to the kitchen. To get into the common room, one needs to tap a specific barrel in the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff, and if they choose the wrong barrel, they will be doused in vinegar. In Hogwarts Legacy, though, it's possible that the common room corresponding to your house may just open right up for you. The colors of Hufflepuff are yellow and black, with the emblematic animal being the badger, and the house has a loose association with the element of earth. The Hufflepuff common room is one of my personal favorites. You'll notice that it has some brick walls, a few bookshelves, wooden archways with what appears to be vines carved into them, and lots of pots and plants every direction that you look. This common room definitely has that Lord of the Rings Shire hobbit hole feel, especially with all of the wooden circular doors. Helga Hufflepuff, the founder of House Hufflepuff, was known for her considerable work ethic, and she stood apart from the other Hogwarts founders in that she felt no obligation to choose students who displayed a particular personality trait. In fact, Helga was known to pick the students who remained after the other founders made their selections. To prepare for her death, she instructed the Sorting Hat to choose students who possess or value hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. But her policy of accepting any student regardless of aptitude remained. Because of this, Hufflepuff was sometimes thought of as producing less talented wizards and witches, but over time this was proven not to be true. Some of the noteworthy Hufflepuff wizards and witches include Newt Scamander from Fantastic Beasts, Theseus Scamander, Cedric Diggory, Teddy Lupin, Professor Sprout, and Nymphadora Tonks. The house ghost of Hufflepuff is the Fat Friar, and you can see this ghost right here in the common room. The Fat Friar was executed in the past when churchmen grew suspicious of his ability to cure pox. Muggles didn't like magic too much back then. The ancient artifact of Hufflepuff is the Hufflepuff's Cup, which is a small golden cup that sports two finely wrought handles and is engraved with a badger. In the Harry Potter series, this powerful artifact was stolen by Voldemort and turned into one of his Horcruxes. The House of Ravenclaw is located in Ravenclaw Tower on the west side of the castle, and to get into the common room, one needs to solve a riddle. The colors of Ravenclaw are blue and bronze, and the emblematic animal is actually not a raven, it's an eagle. This house has a loose association with the element of air, and, well, the common room kind of gives off that vibe. First thing that you may notice is that the common room is generally well organized except the books, and there's not a lot of clutter. The furniture looks a bit on the fancy side, should I say, and we got hardwood floors, white stone floors, metal railings and spiral staircases, telescopes, beautiful fancy archways, lots of windows that are letting in a ton of natural light. Some of the ceilings have astronomy artwork etched in, and of course it wouldn't be Ravenclaw without books galore. Rowena Ravenclaw, the founder of House Ravenclaw, was described as the most brilliant witch of her time, and her greatest passion in life was learning. Rowena instructed the Sorting Hat to choose students who possess or value intelligence, wit, learning, and creativity. But along with these noble traits can also sometimes come traits such as extreme competitiveness. Some of the noteworthy Ravenclaws include the wand maker Garrick Ollivander, Luna Lovegood, Phileas Flitwick, Gilderoy Lockhart, and the inventor of flue powder, Ignatia Wildsmith. Ravenclaw's house ghost is Helena Ravenclaw, the daughter of Rowena, and she is known as the Grey Lady. She was actually stabbed to death by the Baron, which is the house ghost for Slytherin, but more on that later. The artifact of House Ravenclaw is called the Diadem of Ravenclaw, which was said to be Rowena's most prized possession. It's engraved with the words, "Wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure," and this diadem is enchanted to increase the wearer's wisdom. Like Hufflepuff's cup, this ancient artifact would end up becoming one of Voldemort's Horcruxes in the Harry Potter series. But just a friendly reminder, the Harry Potter series takes place over a century after Hogwarts Legacy. The House of Slytherin is located deep in the dungeons of Hogwarts, and to get to it you have to speak a password to reveal the hidden stone door. Really cool animation. The colors of Slytherin are green and silver, and the emblematic animal is, you probably guessed it by now, the snake. House Slytherin is loosely associated with the water element, and as you may have noticed, the windows in the common room look out into the Black Lake. This common room has natural rock formations, stone pillars, large green and silver curtains, animal bones, a waterfall, large stone staircase, and lots of stone snake statues, carvings, and paintings. Salazar Slytherin, the founder of House Slytherin, was one of the first recorded Parselmouths in history, which are wizards or witches that can speak Parcel tongue, which is the language of snakes. One of the biggest reasons as to why House Slytherin can have such a bad rep is because Salazar believed that students who are not pureblood wizards should not be permitted at Hogwarts. With that said, just because you get sorted into Slytherin or choose Slytherin doesn't mean that you have to believe or agree with everything that Salazar believed, and this goes for the other houses as well. Salazar instructed the Sorting Hat to select students who possess or value cunning, resourcefulness, leadership, and ambition. The extreme side of these values, however, can sometimes lead to self-preservation that borders on selfishness and a belief that the end always justifies the means. Some of the noteworthy Slytherins include Tom Riddle, or should I say Lord Voldemort, Regulus Black, Bellatrix Lestrange, Draco